absolutely fantastic, Shalaka. Thank you so much. We're going to crack right on with our second act of the show, so please get ready with your whooping, your cheering, your clapping your hands, your stamping your feet. We're going to learn about cows, I believe, with Orla Shortall.
Off the bat, and Shalaka's going system for unmuting before I start speaking. That was the first time I've ever managed that in a meeting. I realise my name does say Orla Kelly, but don't. So yeah, my name is Orla Shortall. I am a researcher in Aberdeen, and I say up in Aberdeen because I'm assuming you're somewhere further south and better. No, Aberdeen is lovely. It's really interesting. Aberdeen is like as if yesterday was a place. A little known fact, geographers refer to Aberdeen as Scotland's side boob. And up in Aberdeen, like we said, there was a lot of terror on the chat for cows. I do work on cows up in Aberdeen, as in I research them. I'm not using a cow as an improvised standing desk in these strange times. That would be some high stakes research.
No!
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yes. Welcome to the next 7 minutes of your life. And when I tell people I research cows, they tend to assume I know things about cows, which is a common misconception. I am a social scientist, so I research like the human-cow relationship, cultural aspects of keeping cows, markets about cows, policies about cows, what Donald Trump would call the deep state, but with cows. And so actual knowledge of how your average cow works is minimal, really. Like I know they have 4 stomachs and they burp a lot. So I think science has told us everything we need to know at this point. Whereas knowledge about hegemonic structures governing human-animal productivist relations in the late Coppist Anthropocene, that is my specialist subject, now that you ask. And if that made no sense, that's fine. My family still don't know what I do. I said to my auntie a couple of years ago that I'd gotten a PhD, and she said, I thought that was a male yeast infection. And I explained to her that it meant I'm a doctor now, which just led to more confusion. She was like, so did you cure the man's yeast infection? And she came to visit me last year in Scotland, and we took a train to Edinburgh, because if you get a chance to leave Aberdeen, you take that chance. And while we were on the train, the man across from us had a heart attack. And the train conductor was like, is there a doctor here? This man is dying. And my auntie was like, oh, my niece is a doctor. And I was like, no, I'm a doctor of philosophy. We're all gonna die. And he was like, no, this man is gonna die soon. And I was like, time is a construct. People should know that, Virgin Rail.
God, Virgin Rail.
And I'm interested in why we value agriculture and sort of where agriculture fits in society. So should we go back to worshipping the fertility of the land and animals like the Druids and pagans, or should we embrace the future of all indoor farming by our robot overlords? It's quite broad brush, but that's where I'm at. And the natural scientists are trying to like feed the world and stop the cows burping so much. Whereas my research aim is a lot more modest. Like I interview farmers and people in the dairy industry. I apply fancy sociological theories to what they said, mostly from dead French philosophers with dubious sex lives. I don't know why, but they write the best theory. And I send out a report or a video or a paper, and I just want a farmer or someone in the industry or an academic to read it and go, never thought about it that way before. Like that's all I want, just that little moment of like, if that happens, I will treat myself to a nice cool glass of oat milk. Only joking, I may have 30 houseplants and an ironic Walkman, but I do buy actual cow's milk. Or do I? I feel like the world could just do with a bit more and a bit less nah. And I wrote that in a funding proposal for some research recently, and it got rejected because they said I had to use actual words. And I'm writing, this is true, I'm writing a non-fiction popular book about cows at the moment to make people go, And the working title is Farmers Say the Darndest Things, because you get some really good quotes interviewing farmers. Like a farmer in Ireland who was given out about people who spread manure on their fields at the wrong time of year, because you're not supposed to spread it in winter because it can run off and pollute rivers. So he was like, I saw my neighbour out last week with a muck spreader in flagrant disregard of the rules.
Oh.
He actually said that. I don't know if he meant to say it, but he was a man with a nose for injustice. And this was my favorite one. An Irish farmer, just in the middle of the conversation, out of nowhere, said, "Now, I'm not a lover of conventional semen." I was like, well, by all means, tell me about your love of unconventional semen. Like, how unconventional are we talking here? When we go out to your cow shed, will it be the stuff of nightmares? Are you breeding a race of half Irish person, half cow, Ubermensch warriors you're going to unleash to destroy Brexit? He said he wasn't, but I think that was the most likely explanation. And this is my one cow fact for today. I'll leave you with this. So you know the way cows produce methane emissions? You've probably heard of this before. Methane is a natural gas. It's a really potent greenhouse gas. Cows produce it when they digest food. And it's one of the reasons that cows are coming in for a lot of stick at the moment, and people who own and manage cows. And whenever people talk about methane, they always talk about cow farts. But this is my fact for today. 95% of methane produced by cows is in the form of burps. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it, cow fart brigade. Which, incidentally, was the original title of the Rolling Stones. And because cows, like, I can't remember which animal it was, Shalaka mentioned, but they also, cows, they eat their food, they swallow it, they regurgitate it, they chew it again, they swallow it again, because they eat grass. Grass isn't very digestible, and that's called chewing the cud. You've probably heard of that as well. So that involves a lot of burping and releasing methane through their mouth. And I just feel like if I was being held responsible for a large proportion of the world's greenhouse gas emissions, I would at least want people to know it wasn't because I was farting. Like with me, it's mostly the oat milk lattes and the batteries for the walk. So it's only 5 to 10% methane in the form of cow farts. And this is my last cow fact. Occasionally it does happen that a cow's body will release methane through the mouth and the bum at the same time, will burp and fart at the same time, which is just the cow's body's way of taking a screenshot. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much, Ola. And yeah, that kind of lives up to the description that we had before, that tell you facts about cows you didn't know that you had to know. An absolutely fantastic second act. Thank you so much.